Oh yeah, guys, what's going on? Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. We are in Irving, my buddy's car again, with Oak. What's your business name, bro?
Oackliff.
Oackliff Detail. My good buddy Lucio. I got it right this time. I usually say Luciano, but he's actually very new to the, I guess, using a orbital machine. So he wants to kind of learn. So I guess I wanted to do this video a little bit of what do you need to have whenever you do a one-step correction, right? This is the way I was taught, so if to some this is probably not the right way, and that's okay. There's many ways, but it has been a very effective for me for years. So you will need a strip wash, meaning like Purple Power Vehicle Boat Wash, which we already have it here in the bucket. This will be your strip wash. Then you also need a clay bar to remove anything off of the paint, and iron removal. All right, so if you've never used an iron removal, get ready, because that stuff stinks. And that's what you need to prep for the vehicle. You'll also need some an IPA, like grease and wax remover, and we'll use that into the prepping here. So the first thing you do is you're gonna give it the strip wash, right? So let me get a cloth right here. Let me rinse it off right here. Give it a quick rinse, nothing major, just to get the paint wet. All right. Next thing is you're going to be doing the strip wash. So I'm just going to use a microfiber towel that I had in my bag. Obviously you'll use a wash mitt or you use a foamer, and then you're just going to do that. Alright. After that, we'll rinse it off real quick. Now, after you strip wash, you come with your iron removal, and then all you gotta do is spray. We're gonna be working in this section right here, so we'll give it a couple minutes, see if it activates, and I'll bring you guys in real quick to kind of see how it reacts. Come here, Lucio. I'll let him introduce himself, I guess, while we let this dwell in there. So,
How you guys doing? My name is Lucio. I'm with Oackliff Detail from Dallas, Texas. I work out of Irving, and we're mobile. We try to service the DFW area. Like I actually started this last year, and little by little we're getting more customers in, and we're getting the word out. So I'm just glad to have met Mr. Carlos here. And he has given me a lot of tips and insights and a lot of things. So I'm really thankful for his friendship and his advice that he gives me throughout this time that I've known him.
all right. So it's definitely reacting already. Let me grab the camera so I can bring you guys in real quick. But it is reacting. There is purple spotting already all in this area right here. So there is definitely some iron in this paint. All right. So hopefully, I mean, probably the camera won't catch it, but there is a lot of, it's starting now to activate. So you can see the paint start going a little bit purple, stripping off. All right. So it's doing its job. So I'll give it maybe a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds, so it can kind of react in there, and then we'll rinse it off. And then the next step would be claying it. So that's what the route I take. Some probably do another strip wash and then clay it. As for me, I go straight to claying after that part. So, oh yeah, it's working. Alright, so we'll go ahead and rinse it off. iron, make sure you just rinse off the pavement because it could cause a little bit of staining on there. So just make sure you kind of rinse the pavement off a little bit. That way, you know, it won't cause no stain. So, all right. So it has a little bit of some contaminants in the paint. So I tend to use this red nano skin for the claying. So have you used the clay board before? No? Alright. So for the claying, I tend to always just use the bucket with the strip wash as my lubricant. Alright. So I'll just throw it in here. So all you're going to do pretty much this. Oh yeah. You can feel it too with the clay. You'll be able to feel. You'll feel your paint. So if you haven't cleaned it in a while, you can definitely feel the difference. So just do it in circles. Keep the paint lubricated all the time, and you'll feel the paint itself just.
Oh yeah, you feel the difference.
Yeah.
The part that you haven't done to get to that one part.
It's rough.
You feel the roughness, so you can go back over here. Nice and smooth.
Yeah. So the paint definitely needed a good clay because it's really rough. So once you do the claying, I'll usually do another strip wash, or just to make sure I get everything. For the one steps or for any corrections, any coatings, prep is key at all times. All right, prep is key at all times. So, oh yeah, this is much smoother.
And on these clay bars, how many times can you use them? Like before you have to replace them? Because I always seen that the other ones that they're
if the paint is pretty rough, maybe I would say twice, as long as you clean it up after. But I tend to like the clay auto magic, I think it's called. The ones that are more physical of a clay bar.
Yes, that's
you get a better grip. But this one has done really well.
I was more familiar with those blocks of clay.
Yeah.
That I've seen. I mean, I never used them. Just I've seen them.
So that paint feels pretty much smooth to you? Oh yeah, now it's smooth. Much smooth. You can definitely feel it with the clay bar. That's one thing I guess with the clay bars, you're able to you'll feel as you're claying the paint, you'll feel everything come off. When you're claying, make sure that the paint stays wet at all times. Make sure it stays lubricated. Because if you don't, then that's how you have a lot of marring in the paint, and you want to be having the very least marring on the paint. So just keep it lubricated. Don't keep it wet, because once it dries, then that's when the clay itself does that marring. And I like this one too because it kind of keeps your pad wet, I guess, a little bit. So, all right. So if you want, dip the towel back into the bucket, and then we're gonna rinse it off. Alright. Here we go. And even the paint reacts different once it's played. You can see it activating quicker. So you see how it's just coming sliding right off. And that's what you want. Alright. Alright, now we're going to give this a quick dry. Alright, I'm just going to dry it off real quick. So we're going to be working right in this section here. Alright. So the next thing you'll do is obviously the grease and wax remover. which I spray some on here real quick, and we're gonna wipe it off. You want to have a virgin paint prior to doing your correction. All right. So we are set. It is now smooth. There's no contaminants on the paint, and we are ready to go. So we're gonna be using his grills. He bought a grills, and we're gonna connect it real quick. So bear with us while we get this set up. So we have the this one, the
G6.
the G6. He purchased it whenever what is it, Advanced Auto?
No, it was Pep Boys. It was they were going out of business, or the
That's
retail
right.
side was going out of business, and
Yeah.
they had 50% off.
So right here is pretty much out the box. It is pretty much brand new. So we have the 6-inch backing plate on here. So that is what we are using right now. So we're gonna put the 6-inch backing plate. I believe it's the Griot's medium cut. So that's what we're gonna be using. When you have a 6-inch, it just kind of it's to start off with. It's really good to have you learn a little bit of how to use it. Only thing I would change on this one would be maybe putting a 5-inch backing plate, which will make your work so much smoother. So all right. So we're gonna connect this real quick, and then we're gonna get started. Alright, so I'm gonna use my favorite polish right here, which is by Meguiar's D300. Okay, this is usually my go-to. So when you do, this is straight out the box, so you'll do maybe 4 drops. All right, and then you'll start at maybe like a 2. I'll do maybe this. I'm gonna do this area here, and then you can do that area back there. So you'll spread your product out. All right, we'll start at a 2 to blend the product in. Once you blend it in, you're gonna bump it up to maybe a 4 or 5, and that's when you start your correcting. When it comes to the correction, I tend to just go 4 good slow passes across. For me, I don't do the up and down like a lot of people do, as I was educated on doing it this way. So that's the way I do it. But if you know, obviously many of us or many of you guys do the up and down cross pattern, that is a-okay, guys. Nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna bump it up to a 4, turn it on, and on this one, bro, make sure you always just keep it flat. All right, because once you have it like at an angle, then it probably doesn't correct correctly. So you get the hang of it. The more you do it, like on all these right here, you'll figure out the machine, how it works, what you can do, what you can't do. That way you get that notion. So we're gonna go to a 4 and start. Like just let the machine do the work. Don't give it that pressure. Ready to go up. Down. it off. Nice and smooth finish. Alright. I'm going to give it over to Lucio. Thank you guys for being here with us today. So give it a good, probably low on. Alright. So go ahead and spread your product out. Alright, and then at a speed 2, that's when you're going to be spreading the product around. So once he spread his product around, we're gonna bump it up to a 4 or 5, whatever he wishes, and then that's when we start the correction process. So
do the big square that you.
yes, you can do your big square, and then fill it in up and down if you want, or whatever if you want to do the cross. But probably I would just recommend to do the square, and then come down, go up, come down, go up, and then do it again. That ending, you got it where you literally leveled that. That way it prepared you to get over here. Because at first you kind of had it too high, so it wasn't correcting correctly. But now whenever you got that pattern where that's all you have to do to that one, just kind of maneuver and keep it at it.
And I guess that's why it's better to get a 5-inch, right?
The 5-inch is definitely
smaller,
help you.
and you can
Yeah.
maneuver a little better.
Oh, that is pretty good. I wish it would have been black, but it's okay. Silver is, I love silver because it pops too. But there you go.
Oh, man, I can feel the difference. Big time.
From here, it's rough, so you gotta smooth. All right. So that's pretty much a little bit of how you do a one-step correction. Like I said, guys, this is just my way. It probably is not the best way, but it has definitely helped me, guided me better. Even along this my career, I've had a lot of people come up to me and kind of guide me to their way, which is definitely okay with me. At the end of the day, you know, there's many ways to do a detail. There's many ways to do corrections. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys out. I'll be doing another video later on of more on how, or maybe more just in detail, just because sometimes it's a little bit better to you work on it. But hopefully this video kind of helped you guys out a little bit, especially to Lucio, that he's never really played with the machine. He did pretty good. He wasn't like scared of it.
Actually opening up the box. I bought it like 4 months ago, and just now.
Yeah, I came. I was like, you got your polisher. Let's get it to work. But don't be scared of the machine. Let the machine do the work. All right. A lot of people want to put force to it, or they're trying to handle that machine, and the machine does everything for you. All you have to do is guide it. You know.
I've noticed that it's heavy enough that it's gonna put enough pressure that you're gonna need. So you don't. I don't really have to go in and put my weight on it, because I mean, the head of it is heavy enough to where it's gonna do what it's got to do. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the weight. So that helps it. Let the machine do the work at all times. Don't force it. So hopefully this video kind of helped you guys. A huge thank you to Lucio with Oackliff Auto Detailing. This guy is killing it. I've seen him. He's been very busy due to, I believe, his job kind of laid him off for this whole virus thing, and which for me is a good thing. It opened up doors that, you know, maybe he probably couldn't have gotten. So you know, despite that issue, there was a huge blessing that came out of it, and that is he's able to pay his bills with his business. So I'm happy for that. You know, some people call me crazy for always be like, man, that's the best news I got. But in a way, it's a blessing in disguise. So I'm very proud of him. He's a great detailer, and it's always really cool to just kind of hang around with him and kind of conversate. Because when I started, nobody guided me, nobody helped me. And I guess my ultimate goal in this business is to reach out to a lot of people, you know, to kind of show them my way, which is, some people can take it, some people don't have to take it, which is okay by me. But I'm always blessed when people reach out and, you know, want me to help them and stuff. So it's always amazing. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, a huge thank you to Lucio Luna with Oackliff Auto Detailing, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys.